So guys, having a more detailed look now, I've had a chance at these new to AliExpress Platinum 150 amp and 120 amp ESCs. Here's one in a bag, you can see it's all together. Now I assumed that this top was clip-on, but they're actually better made than that. Once I started to have a look at it, because I'm going to start putting some wires on it, and the top is actually screw-on through the bottom. Can't believe I failed to notice that the first time round. Some good weight to it, a pretty big heatsink, couple of caps, probably 470 microfarads or whatever they're meant to be, I don't know. Plenty of heatsink to fet glue. You can obviously replace the fan. The fan looks to be really well made, a quality part. And the more I look at these, the more and more I'm impressed. So I'm going to get one of these in a car in anger. So obviously the motor wires, you can either solder into these or you can plug 6mm plugs into them. And these really chunky wires, I'm going to cut these down. I've got some leads with EC5 on that I'm going to use for these, and then we'll be able to go forward on either 2 or 4S. I've got a wire lead, just put one plug on these. I'm going to cut these down. They're actually attached to the board, so I'm just going to put a joint in the wire a little bit further up on that there. There's the capacitors. Stop the spikes. Allegedly waterproof, so I'm assuming that the board's covered in some kind of spray. You can get these sort of things. I'll put a link for some if you want to waterproof ESCs and stuff. I'll put a link in the comments where you can buy stuff, take them apart, paint them yourself. So we're going to have a look at this, see what it's like. Obviously we can now know we can change the fans, which is a good thing. We have the program card ready to go. And in a minute I'm just going to try this one with just a plug to set it up, 2S battery, and just see how the programming goes. Give us 1 second. So I've just set the EC up with a little bit of chalky block just to do a bit of bench testing. I do not recommend you do this at home, and I certainly don't recommend you run LiPo batteries anything other than for a few moments on the bench for testing like this. Make sure the connections are solid. You get a short out, there'll be big sparks, there could be a fire. LiPos are very, very powerful batteries. You know, you could weld with the 2 wires off a LiPo, so just be really, really careful and say don't do this at home. So this is just a little test rig just to see how it performs with the program card. Well, there's no instructions came with these. Anyone who's familiar with a program card knows that there's either a separate programming port or they program through what would be the connection to the receiver. So this one hasn't got a separate programming port, so I'm going to connect it to the program card. You have to make sure that you get negative in the correct position, so you've got negative, positive signal on this one. The plugs will go in either way around. Black's the negative, so some plugs it might be brown, but in this particular it's black. So make sure you line them up. You won't do any harm, I don't think, but it won't work. So I've connected the lead, I've connected the battery with a temporary chalky block solution, and there's 10 values shown on here, and on the back of the program card it's in very small print. It shows you all the values and the set ones, but with this being a cheap ESC, you may, like a WP150 Hobby King, you may only get a few basic options. You might not have all the options to go at, but we'll find out. Let's turn it on. We'll turn it on, hopefully it won't go bang. Hopefully the program card will come on. So there we are, the program card's lit up, and what it's telling us there, that item 1 on the list is at value 4. So how you work this is, you click this button to change the items, you click that to change the value, and when you get a value that you want, you press OK, and you can reset it to the factory. So number 1 on the back of the card, we'll have to have a look now, and that's probably forward, reverse, brake, etc. So looking at the back, we have operation mode, yes, and the standard operation is unreadable through my phone. See if we can get a bit of focus a bit closer. No, it's not going to happen. So we'll just have a quick look with my glasses off. So I've had a little read of these, and it appears that the options are forward and brake, forward and reverse, forward and proportional brake, and forward brake and reverse. So it's set on number 4 now as it is. So we don't even have to press OK, we can just go to item 2. Item 2 is on value 1. And value 1 is motor direction, so you can change motor direction. Very good for a cheap ESC, that, very good. So value 3. So I won't bother doing the buttons, but we'll go down the values. So value 3 definitely works, that's start mode. So you've got different punch levels, how much kick it gives it immediately when it starts. And if we go back to the front, value 4. So it's looking like it's got a lot of these options available. So value 4 is minimum forward strength. Now I've no real idea what that means. 7%, no idea. Minimum backing strength 7%. Maximum backing strength. So I'm thinking that, I'm guessing that is slowest reverse, slowest forward, slowest back. Initial braking strength, maximum braking strength, braking force, neutral point range, brake frequency, well, I'm wondering if that is anti-lock brakes. Let's see which one of these come up, because it got quite interesting this now. So 4 definitely works, 5 definitely works, 6 we've definitely got an option, 7 we've got an option, 8 we've got an option, 9 we've got an option, 10 we've got an option, and that should bring us back to 12. Item 1 and 2, I'm guessing that is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So all of the options that it gives us on the back of the Speedo we appear to have, which is very unusual for a cheap one. So we'll have to, I'm going to go through these and program it and see how it goes. So after much ado and a good reading of the instructions on the back, it appears that all of these settings are active, including punch and that sort of thing. So I've gone with most of the standard settings, but I like maximum brake, and nowadays no drag brake, though I did used to like a bit of that. But running higher S, you tend to do triple tails if the drag brake comes on too quick, shorty cars. So once you've got all the settings to where you want them using the item and the value button, followed by the OK, you just turn your ESC off, like that, and all those settings have been saved. So it's just a matter of now unplugging this, the ESC from the card, and of course very carefully disconnecting your battery. Don't do this at home. So thanks for watching. I think what I might do is take a photocopy of that and print it out in big print, probably the easiest way to use that. But I'm looking forward to getting this running. I'm going to try this in a slash initially. In fact, I might, if the ESC is not salvageable in me TLR Typhon, I might even try one in there. So thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please tell your friends. Thank you very much.